In this video, we calculate the perimeter and area of combined shapes. Calculate the perimeter and area of each of the following shapes and round your answer to the nearest 2 decimal digits where necessary. Our first shape consists of a square and an isosceles triangle. The side in the middle is a common side which is part of both shapes but does not form part of our perimeter as it is not on the outside of the shape. So when determining the perimeter of this shape, I'm going to add 3 of the 4 sides of our square of 4 centimeters each, together with 2 sides of the triangle, both 6 centimeters. So the perimeter of this shape is 24 centimeters. To calculate the area of this figure, I need to determine the area of the square using the formula side squared and that of the triangle with half times base times perpendicular height, and then add these two areas. For the square, we already know that all the sides have a length of 4 centimeters. For the triangle, we need to determine the length of our base and perpendicular height. The base of our triangle is the same length as the sides of the square and therefore will be 4 centimeters. But the perpendicular height of our triangle is not given. We can determine this height by using the theorem of Pythagoras. We know that the angle is 90 degrees and therefore we have a right-angled triangle and we can calculate the perpendicular height. In this triangle, we know that the hypotenuse is 6 centimeters and that one of the shorter sides is 2 centimeters. So to determine our height, I'm going to start by squaring the hypotenuse and then subtracting the square of the shorter side. This will give us a value of 32. So when I want to calculate the height, I will take the square root of 32. This value, rounded to 2 decimals, is 5,66 centimeters. Now we can substitute into our area formula. We said that the base is 4 and we've just determined that the height will be 5,66. Therefore, the final area will be 27,32 centimeters squared. In example 2, we have a rectangle from which a quarter circle has been removed. The opposite sides of a rectangle are equal, and therefore we know that the side on the right should be 10 meters. Now we can say that the radius of our quarter circle will be 5 meters. On the horizontal side, we now also know there's a 5 meter radius, which means the total length of our horizontal sides will be 20 meters. When we now get to the perimeter of the shape, we can add up the sides of 10, 20, 5, and 15. And to this, we still need to add the arc of our quarter circle. So now we already have 50 meters, and we need to add a quarter of the circumference of a circle, which is pi times diameter. Remember that we calculated that the radius of the circle is 5 meters, and the diameter consists of 2 radii, so that will be 10 meters. This will give you a rounded answer of 57,85 meters. To calculate the area of the shape, we're going to start off with the area of a rectangle and then subtract the area of a quarter circle. The area of a rectangle is length times breadth, and to get the area of a quarter circle, we're going to start off with our circle, pi radius squared, and multiply by a quarter. The length of the rectangle is 10 and the breadth 20. And we've already determined that the radius of the circle is 5, which should now be squared. This will give us an area of 180,37 meters squared. Example 3. Calculate the area of the shaded region rounded to 2 decimal digits. Here we have a large circle from which we cut out a smaller circle, and what is left will be our shaded region. To determine this area, I'm going to take the area of the big circle and subtract that of the smaller circle. And for both of them, the formula will be pi times the radius squared. For the smaller circle, we can see that the radius is 10 centimeters. Therefore, the radius for the larger circle will be 20 centimeters. So if we now go and substitute, we will have pi times 20 squared minus pi times 10 squared. And this will give 300 pi. And finally, rounded to 2 decimals, we will have 942,48 centimeters squared.